I actually fell. Hmm. Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Cave Trader? Okay. Man, I should have known. 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 I should have known, man. Should have known. Hmm. 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 That's always frustrating. That is always frustrating. I had a limit right here. Uh, because this move happened, I removed my limit, and then it comes right back to man, gold, freaking gold, man, freaking gold. I figured that gold was going to continue to move higher and retest this area right here. So I removed that limit down there, and of course, gold comes back down and fills the order, and then bounces right back up. Hmm. All right. Hmm. Bullish trend. All right. So the session started off with a 323 point move to the upside, and then a 131 points to the downside. Hey, what's up, Alfred? No, actually, I did not. I did not. Oh, you talk about this? Hold on. Oh, you're gonna test a 15-minute orb on gold. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I've already concluded that the orb don't work on gold. But I mean, if you can get it to work, or I'll say that it doesn't necessarily. Oh well, okay. Let me be clear. I'm not talking about what you're doing. I'm talking about when I was testing out the orb on gold. It just didn't seem consistent. It's consistent enough to pay attention to. Man. Oh man. Uh, damn. I should have just left that order there, man. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It I don't know. I don't know. Should I, Mm, you know, I missed a good opportunity here on gold right here. I mean, that was a great opportunity to get in long. And what hurts is that I had a limit right here. Had a limit at 65 665.3. That's right where S3 was. And I removed my limit because gold missed it. It pushed up higher, and I was like, well, maybe I was wrong about gold, and I thought gold was going to come back up and test this limit right here, but obviously it comes right back down, hits my order, and then bounces like gold. Yeah, and honestly, I well, as I continue to say about gold, she doesn't do anything that requires to make trading her complicated. I have overcomplicated trading gold. That's why y'all guys will see me get disappointed because I try to get cute with gold, and you really don't have to. Yeah, I mean, it's you really do not have to get cute with gold. Just trade support and resistance, and you will be profitable with gold. You will be profitable. Man, that sucks. Okay. Well, I know now. I know now not to do that in the future. Mm. You know what? Mm. So I mean, I'm looking at gold on my. Mm, mm, mm. This is not necessarily the best entry. I wouldn't necessarily actually, you know what? Let me cancel out of that one and only do this in one account because I'm copy trading that account. I missed my entry on that account and I don't necessarily care to I don't care to copy trade that. Okay. So Let's see. Mm, well, okay. All right. So let's actually look at. mm, mm, mm. That first range. So I was kind of contemplating about that first range, about a range between 835 and 855. But then I thought to myself, potentially we could see the market just go to 855. So I was kind of looking at this as a range for tomorrow potentially. But we do have quad witching tomorrow. The market has been very bullish. And that means with quad witching, that means that long term investors are going to be closing their positions tomorrow. If the market has been overall bullish, that would suggest that if the market is closing out these long positions, that we could see price sell off. Why? Because all the buyers or all the long term buyers are going to become sellers tomorrow when they sell out of and close out of their positions. So, what does that mean for tomorrow? The bears suck. We know that. Trusting a short or the market shorting is a task, is a Herculean task within itself. It should be one of the 12 labors. It should be the 13th one because shorting this market is definitely a labor. Y'all guys saw that earlier. Y'all guys, uh, y'all guys knew when this thing actually shorted down. That was very frustrating for me seeing that. It was very frustrating to see that this thing. I mean, I should have known. I should have known that the Bears were going to suck here. Should have known, but because the market was going down, I gave the Bears the benefit of the doubt, and that they would at least tap the orb high. I don't know why it was so hard for them to actually just pull back to the orb high. It was right there. It was literally right there. But I guess the Bulls had other plans, and the Bears just allowed it to happen. So, and then the crazy thing is, it took the Bears literally the entire session to even touch back down to the orb high. Yeah. So This is why I kind of question tomorrow. If we do see bearishness, we all know that it's going to be a stressful day tomorrow. We know this. It's going to be stressful. Oh man. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So shit. We'll see how gold is behaving tomorrow because hmm, so you're telling me that the aggressive entry that we took, that was actually the actual trade that I needed to be in. Looks like I'm going to get left here on gold. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But we had that beautiful gold. I mean, shit, we literally caught the bottom and the top of this move. I was very proud of this long. And the crazy thing is, I mean, it did roll over and it only went a couple of points above this high, like a couple of ticks, 5 ticks. I was in a gold long. I think I entered that gold long at towards the end of the stream, and I did see price push up, but then it actually came right back down. It actually came back to my break even actually, and then towards the end of the session, it closed at these highs, but my target, I believe it was at like 84, and sure enough, look at where it hits. So if this happened yesterday, it would have hit my target and it would have sold off and it would have stopped me out. Or, I mean, well, it wouldn't have stopped me out. Uh, if I didn't take my profits here, it would have came back and stopped me out of the whole thing. Mm. He says, so 3 says Bank of Japan policy rate. You know, Japan has a very interesting economy. Very interesting economy. I guess that's all I'll say. Mm. When it comes to Japan, or at least what I've come to understand about Japan is that they're going to usually meet. I don't believe we'll see any volatility when it comes to Japan. I mean, the Nikkei might move back and forth, but the way that Japan massages the numbers, they usually come out as expected. Usually, and it's usually perfect, even though that may not be the actual case. Japan has a aging economy, which I mean is not bad. Uh, Japan's culture definitely respects and maintains and takes great care of their aging citizens. But in a global view, globally, because their economy is aging, and if I'm not mistaken, I think their older generation is. I think they have more of a older generation than a new generation, if that makes sense. I'm trying to be as mm. A lot of investors are concerned to invest in Japan because of it. So, Japan's aging economy is defined by a rapidly increasing population of senior citizens, nearly 30% over age 65. We know that, at least here in the United States, that when the government goes out and takes out loans, the United States citizens, it's used as collateral with the social security number. It's a working economy. When you have an aging economy of older demographics that no longer work, it's hard for a nation to get investors to get behind their economy and to invest. And core economic fears, just what we talked about, shrinking workforce, because this is how nations are able to back up their, when they borrow from each other, they say that this is our demographic of working age citizens, and we can use their labor as collateral because that's what makes us valuable to the government is our labor. So the pool of working age people is declining, causing labor shortages, reducing economic productivity, and slower GDP growth. Fewer workers must support a growing number of retirees, amplifying pressure on the tax base and straining pension systems. Rising costs of healthcare, stagnant economy with lower birth rates, and for whatever reason, a lot of the Asian communities is experiencing this, where their citizens are growing older, and yet the birth rate is declining. But I mean, if you kind of think about what they put their citizens through, I mean, they instilled in them that they need to be working at all times. And if you're working at all times, I mean, when do you expect to find time to meet someone that you're romantically interested in, do what is necessary to get to that point to where you're actually having an intimate encounter, and then actually having that child? It gets to a point, and I think the United States is also experiencing something like this slightly, where you can't even afford kids at this point. You're too tired. I mean, where does a kid fit into your life if you're working 24/7? Like, I mean, where does a child fit in? If you're not financially able to be able to afford a live-in nanny, where does a child fit in? And they're demons. Mm. So they're talking about robots and all kind of other stuff. So they got a shrinking workforce. Their senior citizen population is growing. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, Japan is definitely, or at least here in the United States, with anime and manga. But you know what's crazy? It seems like China is now taking over the manga game now. Obviously, Japan has a monopoly over manga and anime, but it seems like China is now trying to replace Japan as the leader. And there's a lot of Chinese animes, a lot of Chinese mangas that are actually very popular. Very, very, very popular. And if China has made TikTok, then they completely understand what grabs the attention of this generation. And all I hear about these Chinese mangas and animations that people really enjoy them. It's a lot of detail. It's really great. Honestly, when I think about it, a lot of the animation that's coming out of China is beautiful. And I wonder if that's going to affect the industry in Japan because maybe they feel that look at what China is producing. We should produce something similar, if not superior to them, because obviously we've been in the game longer. So I wonder if that's going to force the studios to apply more pressure on these animators to do a better job, so they're not being outshined by China. 'Cause if I'm not mistaken, I know manga has to be $1 trillion industry. I know it has to be. Really, that's interesting. So apparently, according to this AI assistant, it's what 15.6 billion. Huh. That is interesting, and it's projected to grow to about 84 billion by 2030. That's very interesting. That's interesting. Hmm. That's not as big as the. Yeah, you're right. A lot of the popular mangas actually get converted into animes, and I guess the American consumer would prefer that. Honestly, I prefer to read the mangas. The Just like any book or just like anything, any story. If you read the actual book, the literature, then you'll get more details. Like when I read the Harry Potter books in middle school, I read all seven. The crazy thing is that when I was in middle school, I every time the book came out, I was usually the first person to grab it. And now that I'm looking back at that, I'm surprised that I was even able to get the book, period. Because, the library is only going to have like maybe one or two copies of the book. And to be able to, even for the book to have been available, and this is the library that was at the school. When I look back at that, I'm like, huh, that is so interesting. I was able to check out all seven books, and I didn't have to wait months to do so. As soon as it was available, I was able to check it out. But anyway, obviously, if you read the Harry Potter books and you watch the movies, obviously you'll see a lot of details that are not in the actual movie, and you will see a lot of details that were changed in the movies that were not in the books. I feel that reading is a better experience than watching the TV. But I mean, I understand that we're here in the United States, and that's what people are going to do. But that's my opinion. Yeah. So they actually came out with a new Jujutsu Kaisen and trying to make it so it seems like a lot of these animes. I wonder if this is a part of that predictive programming. I'm starting to see a lot of newer animes coming out, and they're associating with aliens and demons, but mostly aliens. And I'm starting to see a rise in a lot of alien based manga. And we already know that we're starting to people are trying to report 9 foot tall figures and stuff out here. Whatever happened down there in Florida, where they literally cut down, they literally shut down communications. They shut down the Air Force base or the military base or the airport or wherever the hell they shut down because everybody was reporting that they saw a figure in the mall, an alien like figure. And then obviously the news was talking about it was a bunch of teens fighting, but then they dispatched the whole police force down there in Florida for a bunch of teens fighting. I think not. All videos were taken down. There is no videos of the incident. And you already know when there's no videos of something. Yeah, okay. Okay. You can tell me your lies. I'll listen to them, but I won't believe them. It's not hard to it's really not hard to accept that there could be other life forms out there. I don't find that hard to believe. My only my only question would be why would their existence be hidden? Why? Because at the end of the day, or I guess well, I mean, so when I asked myself that question, this is the answer that I returned. I guess if they are aliens, aliens would actually challenge the existence of God, I guess, in some people's minds. And world religions won't be able to compete if I guess they wouldn't have as many followers if aliens were exposed, I guess. Beings from other planets because and like I said, that would disrupt world religions, I guess. I guess. I mean, still, I feel like that doesn't make sense, but I guess. I guess. Ninjas and pirates are popular. They sell books. I would agree with that, Kid. There used to be a time where the majority of the populace at least had common sense. At least we had common sense. Idiocy and ignorance was maybe every 10th person, maybe every 20th person you met. Shame, shame kept a lot of idiocy at bay. You didn't have people come online and just say the dumb shit that they say nowadays. Because there was something called shame here, and that kept a lot of idiocy at bay. But now, since we live in a shameless society, people are just stupid. Man, I should have just kept it, man. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. I could have been done for tonight. Look at that move. That is a good move right there. All right. So if it doesn't touch that level, then it goes all the way back. I'm going to look at that. And I mean, I guess since we're talking about aliens and UFOs and all kind of other crap. So did y'all guys so not recently, but I believe last year I came across this video of this dude that said that he saw a giant and mysteriously he, he's no longer with us for whatever reasons. And then the last video of him is obviously him being forced to say that what he saw was a mistake. And you can just see the fear in his eye. And you can see that he was being forced to say those things and he was looking for confirmation and saying that, okay, is this what you want? Are you going to let me go? And unfortunately, he lost his life and he was just posting videos of what appeared to be a giant. Honestly, if you believe what it's in the Bible, I mean, there's literally a story about David and Goliath. Literally a story about David and Goliath. But what I found, and this is no disrespect or any shot to anybody, I feel that some people have selective things that they want to believe in a religion because people can believe in God, but they refuse to believe in aliens. They refuse to believe in demons, or not demons, like Dracula, werewolves, giants, and say, if you go to them, it's like, yeah, I just saw a giant. It's like, oh, you're crazy. I saw a vampire. Oh, you're crazy. But you believe in God. And the point of that is you haven't seen any of those things personally yourself, because we all know that God lives within all of us in however form that we form him to be. But you haven't seen God in person, giants, werewolves, vampires, but you only believe in God, but you don't believe in any other possibilities. And I always found that to be interesting about people's selective belief systems. Why won't the masses believe that there's aliens out there and stuff like that, or intelligent life out there? Why is that so hard to believe? Why does that create a cognitive dissonance in the minds of many? So I always found that very interesting to think about and ponder. Now, if I were to see these things for myself, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised of their existence. My only question, like I said before, is why would this type of knowledge or information would be hidden from us outside of it would threaten world religions? But I mean, do you really need these world religions? I mean, is it that important? Mm, I definitely agree with that, Alfred. Isn't that the guy that had an engine that ran on water? I do believe that. I mean, the world has shown that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, obviously, what they say about the military is that the military is 20 years beyond the technology that they sell to the public. And I'm pretty sure that the guy that discovered how to power a vehicle with just using water, I'm pretty sure that's already been. I'm pretty sure that's already being in practice amongst I guess, who or what people would consider to be those that are in the elite class. And I don't like to use terms like that. And because class, that's obviously what's the word I'm looking for? A a human construct. There's no such thing as class. There really isn't. Obviously, there's a hierarchy, but classes only exist as long as people accept them to be what they are. And the reason why I know that classes don't exist is because if there's a certain hierarchy in one part of the world and you take that same group of people and put them in another part of the world, those classes will dissolve and new classes will be created. You'll have people that used to be in a lower class and one part of the world be considered the highest class in another part. So that right there just proves to me that that's just a human construct. There's it's an illusion. So I don't like to give illusions power by calling it by a name. But I will use the word elite because that's the word that, most people are familiar with and you know what I'm talking about when I use that word. Mm. You think it's probably locked away in a bunker? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's being used. I just don't I would believe that the military is using that technology. I will believe that. It's highly likely. I mean, why wouldn't they? And then they just sell it to everybody else. They sell the old ways to everybody else. Because it'd be kind of foolish to know that I can have a I can have a vehicle that I can just pour water in and it works. I think that would be, oh man, gold, man. Mm. For whatever reason, I'm just missing every move on gold, man. I'm kind of skeptical about if I should even. I'm kind of skeptical about this because I was looking for this move that actually already happened. I mean, the move has already happened. I don't think it pulls back too far. I don't think it breaks 75. I don't think so. I don't think it breaks S1. But if it does break S1, then it could potentially come back to this value area low right here to S2 potentially. And then if I get an entry at S2, that would be a better entry. I mean, because this would be considered a very aggressive entry on gold. This is very aggressive. But technically, this is where the market broke out of. It crashed down. It broke up, pulled back. It pushed back up, but it pushed back into an area of previous resistance, though. With gold, you got to make sure that if price kind of comes back to an area, you got to make sure that it's not in an area or it hasn't retest an area of previous supply. Because if it's pulling back into an area of previous supply and we're seeing a rejection, well, we could see a bigger move down. But maybe the market is trying to go a little bit higher. Maybe. Maybe it's trying to go a little bit higher. Hey, what's up, gain weight? Actually, I mean, shit. Let's see if the AI tool is gonna be truthful about it. Damn. Mm. So in 1998, he died mysteriously. If you understand the human form, you know that we do not die suddenly. Even the most potent poisons do not kill us instantly. The body is very adaptable. You literally have drug addicts living with an addiction that keeps them at their most lowest point over a prolonged period of time, and still the body slowly decays and dies. They don't instantly die. Now, obviously, there are, when they overdose, that is obviously a different situation, obviously. But as long as the internal as long as the internal system is functional, the body just is very resilient. When it comes to like venom from snakes, what it looks like the snakes do is actually, what's the word? Coagulate the blood, or it just creates blood clots. Which obviously, if their venom is affecting the blood in the blood system, and obviously, uh, blood carries oxygen to the brain. If that is no longer happening and a person is brain dead, obviously, I mean that can kill a person, obviously. But as long as the as long as it's not affecting the system, the human body is very resilient. It's hard to be killed, really hard. Or well, I don't want to use that word hard. Challenging. It's very challenging. So when I hear or when I read articles that state that people just suddenly die mysteriously, then yeah, that's an automatic red flag to me. It's automatic. You know what, gain weight? I'm gonna give it a try. So $2,998 with no tax. That sounds like a bargain. That sounds like a bargain. I'm gonna buy your course. Where's your course being hosted at? GetyourweightUp.com. GetyourweightUp.com. Coagulate. GetyourweightUp.com. Man, that would have been a great trade. I mean, that's how it starts. All you need is one sale, and then everybody's gonna want to buy it. Uh, Got that gain weight course. Mm. Get your weight up, not your hate up. You know what, Cave Trader? You know the crazy thing is, Gainweight is absolutely correct to have priced his course at such a high value. He is absolutely correct. You got to know your audience. Who would you rather who would you rather pay for your course? Some random guy. Well, because I don't want to use those terminologies. Some guy on the internet or an enterprise or an organization or an institution that will buy your course mostly in bulk, and they see the high price tag as, oh, it's expensive, that means it's good, let me buy it. Like, if you're familiar with any IT courses, they are all priced super freaking high. uh, some courses e- these courses with information that you can find free on the internet is going for $10,000 per course, because they know that their audience will be a company. Like, let's just use Microsoft as an example. If Microsoft wants to train their employees, they're going to buy this accredited course, and the courses are $10,000 per person or per course. And I'm pretty sure that the institution and Microsoft will come up with a number to buy it in bulk. But the question is, I mean, not the question, but the point is, they will get bought. Now, I mean, if your audience is someone that watches YouTube, obviously $10,000 is outrageous. And like a $90, I mean, apparently you can sell trendline courses for $900 and people will buy it. So, I mean, hmm. Honestly, K Trader, that's the point. I mean, once I learn the game, once I've learned the game on it, that's why I have really no interest in it for real. Like I said, I don't mind being paid for my efforts. That's not what my problem ever is with these gurus and their courses. Is because if I create a course and I put a lot of effort into it and my course provides value, of course I want to be paid for it. Of course. But that's not what we get. We get marketing. We get, I guess I guess the most simplest way to explain it is if I say that if you buy at this trend line and you buy the retest of a trend line, it's highly likely to be profitable versus someone like, I don't know, Jim Carrey. If Jim Carrey comes out and says, if you buy at this trend line, it's highly likely that you'll be profitable. Me saying it versus Jim Carrey saying it, I can probably sell that course for, I don't know, maybe $5,000. Jim Carrey can sell that course for probably roughly half a mil to $1 million. And that's just a simple way of explaining it. It's not how you saying it, but I guess who is saying it. And you're paying for who is saying it, if that makes sense. I mean, shit, somebody will probably buy it, Cave Trader. But one of the realities that I kind of hate, I do not want to be, I don't want to be paid because I'm selling courses. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a seller. I'm a trader. I'm a professional trader. I want to make my money trading. Trading has, Trading the only thing in this is one of the things in this world that taught me about myself, and it continues to teach me about myself, and it keeps me on my toes and it keeps me sharp. I know that if I start selling a course and that money starts coming in, I already know I'm going to say, well, shit, why do I need to get up in the morning and start trading and looking at charts when I can just sell a course? I can just put all my focus on creating a course, selling it, and I can just make my revenue from that. But then what will I learn? What would I learn? Because I mean, the one thing that I do know is that, like I said, once you reach a certain amount of money, any money past that amount doesn't matter. It does not matter. The only thing that you can do with a lot of money is just buy more stuff that does not matter. Everything that matters is internal. Everything that matters is internal. How you feel about yourself, your confidence level, being a solid person facing your fears. Trading forces you to face yourself and your fears on a daily basis. It puts you in a situation where you have to make decisions and you have to stand on those decisions. It puts you in a situation where after you make your decision, either you're going to accept what happens or you're going to emotionally react. Trading brings out who you really are. And that's what I truly appreciate about trading. Selling a course is when all I'm gonna do is just sell a course. It's like, well, shit. If I can just sell a course and make, I don't know, be a billionaire, trillionaire, And like I said, I don't learn nothing and I don't gain anything. But at the same time, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Did you send me? I think you sent me something, right? Okay, trader. I think you sent me something. Oh yeah, you sent me your P&L from earlier. And this is in your PA account. So you got a net P&L of $3,000 right now. So this is both on oil and gold. I'm pretty sure. Is this your oil? Is this for oil right here? Shit. Kind of figured. Oil just sucks. I kind of figured. And I appreciate you bringing that to our attention, Alfred. Bull Knox, for whatever reason, that's the only firm that I haven't traded with. And I don't know, was it Bull Knox? Which one had like the crazy? It was basically Apex, but more expensive. Mm. But I'm not going to get any more evals. I had to blow one of my Tradeify. Well, I didn't blow it actually. Oh yeah, I turned off Tradeify. Tomorrow's Friday, and we're ending the week. Another week green. Another week, we're green. I'm liking what we're doing now. I really enjoy the results that we're getting. Really enjoy the results. Another green week. I mean, we had a beautiful trades. Beautiful trades today. I still The Nasdaq almost got me here. You know, when I think about the trade that we took during the morning stream, where I had my limit sitting right here, it hits my stop, and then I place my limit back here because I figured that, that was just a Nasdaq being nasty, and that, my original thesis was correct. And then when I saw that it rejected back down, I removed the limit. And as I removed the limit, that's when the Nasdaq just shoots up. And not only does it hit my target, it super hits all of my targets. But the one thing that I noticed that I did not do was chase this thing as it went higher. I did not chase it. And then the Nasdaq did the same thing to me again, where I get in, it stops me out. I didn't move my stop. I just put my order back right where it was because I was like, I don't know why the Nasdaq is being super nasty and stopping me out. But there was no way that this thing was going to reverse. Not after that big move up like this. And it didn't retest this high yet. And the bears suck. So I didn't chase the market. Didn't revenge trade. I just accepted that the NASDAQ was nasty to me. And not only was I able to get my money back, I was able to be profitable. Super profitable. And what that kind of showed me was that, okay, I'm not allowing my lizard brain, my reptilian brain to take over anymore, even though the impulse to chase after the NASDAQ is still there. It is still there. But instead of impulsively getting back into the NASDAQ, I looked at the charts and waited for another opportunity to present itself. And those are the behaviors that I want to promote on the stream. And that is the behavior that I want to just have happen automatically. I mean, there's no point in chasing the NASDAQ and blowing the account. The NASDAQ is going to give you plenty of opportunities to make money. Now, if you're an ES trader, well, I mean, you only had only a few opportunities to make money. This was the only pullback, but this would have been an easy trade. I feel this would have been an easy. This is a gimme. Sorry about that. Anyway, so this was a gimme trade right here. Where's my pen? This was a gimme trade. I mean, it literally came back and retested the orb high, breakout, pullback, retest of the high. This was a gimme trade right here on the ES. I would have taken that trade if I trade the sucky ES, but thank God that we don't trade the ES. In that competition account, I've given up on that thing. Apparently, the ES just doesn't trade the way that I'm used to as trading. And that account is red right now. I think I'm down maybe $1,500 in that account. For whatever reason, I just couldn't get my bearings in that account. I mean, I have a lot of other, I mean, I have hmm. Yeah, I'm down $748 in this account. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Looks like Bull Barbie is having another. My God, dude. Looks like Bull Barbie is having another Ninja Trader 8 competition. It looks like it starts. I mean, I'll join. Actually, let me see if there's gold here. It's only. Damn it! It's only YM and ES. Oh, okay. In the NQ. Okay. So if I'll put the link in the chat if y'all guys want to join any of these competitions. Looks like Bull Barbie is having another one. I'll join this, I guess. And it seems like she only likes 2 days. Huh. 2 days? Looks like the only thing. So 925. Huh. Shit, why not? This is only 2 days. Yeah, I already gave up on it. I was down $700. There's people that's literally up like 10K right now. And I was like, man, whatever, dude. Whatever. Whatever, whatever, whatever. This is only Tuesday through Thursday of next week, though. Oh, shit. Next week. Oh, shit. Next week, I got to go to this stupid wedding. And so Thursday and Friday of next week, I'll be gone. I'm going to go to this stupid wedding on Thursday and Friday. Or, yeah, I think Thursday and Friday I'll be gone. I'll know more information when I talk to, I guess I'll join this too, 23 to the 25th. Oh, so it's only on the 20. Actually, shit, I joined this thing. I don't even, like I said, I don't think I'll be here to be able to trade this. Well, it seems like Ninja Trader 8 is always having these competitions. So, I mean, if you miss one, it looks they're always having a competition. Well, looks like I missed it. Okay. You say you was up about $300? Yeah, for whatever reason, I had a hard time remaining profitable in that account. I just don't focus on the ES. I don't like trading the ES. I just don't. And it just goes to show. I mean, I just don't like it. I thought I would. I really thought that I would have done a lot better because ES has always been my sleeper instrument. If push came to shove, I know that I can get into an ES trade, be heavier than usual, and make decent profit. I mean, we've showcased that plenty of times on this stream. But for whatever reason, I just could not get my bearings in this account. I don't know why. I really don't. You haven't done anyone? I mean, I kind of have them for fun. If I didn't have as many if I didn't have as many accounts as I do, I probably would focus on the competitions accounts a lot more. Now, when I did the competition account on the Blue Sky account, I was that's when I was in first place, and then I blew the account because I didn't want to close a damn trade. I didn't want to close it because I was down. I mean, obviously, all my trades, I full ported all my trades. And it was just that one trade that did not go in my direction or it missed my target and I didn't close the trade. And then I blew the damn account. Blew the count. Yeah, I know, man. I know. So if I stayed in that original position, well, I would be super up right now. And that just sucks. That just absolutely sucks. I'll be super up right now. I think I fumbled about three positions on gold, like three opportunities on gold. I fumbled on this short because I thought about taking it, but then I was like, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait for price to go a little bit higher and then it dumps. And I was like, fuck. And then it dumps to my original long entry and then it pushes higher. And I'm like, fuck. And then I get out of this trade because I thought it was too aggressive. And lo and behold, it freaking works out. So I fumbled about three times on gold tonight. Three. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that. Oh. Target filled. If I stayed in my position, target filled. My God. Man. Rub it in. Rub it in. Rub it in. Why don't you, gold? Rub it in. Rub it in. Oh man. Whatever, man. Whatever. Gold is like, I don't know how many times I have to teach you this lesson that I'm not the NQ. You only have only a few opportunities. And if you don't take them, well, if you don't take those opportunities, then you're just going to miss out. Ugh. Our own special way of interpretation. Yeah, what's up, Texas? Yep. Yep. But to know all the secrets of the trend line, you need to pay the special price of $5,000 to gain exclusive access to my trendline secrets. And so you can start to make money today. Don't think of this as you paying $5,000 for a course. Think of this as you investing not only in yourself, but for your financial future. So, what are you waiting for? So, what are you waiting for? Every second that you're not buying this course, it's every second that you're wasting. It's every second that you're not becoming a great trader. Initial reaction. See, only haters put sim in front of that. Only haters do that. Pointing out that it's all in the sim. That's that hating energy right there. So what if it's in the sim? It's still a trade. It's still profitable. It's still green. Mm. Well, I think I'm. Well, I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna leave this overnight, but I'm gonna just do this in the throwaway account. I'm not gonna actually. I'm gonna throw that in the throwaway account, and I think it's pretty obvious why I'm shorting here. I think that's is pretty obvious, or at least it should be. You know, honestly, this thing might just blow past all this, and I might get stopped out of this. But uh, hmm, let's see. Actually, let's actually look at. I mean, we know that we know that we have quad witching tomorrow. We know that. All right. So yeah, we don't have anything tomorrow outside of quad witching. We have Fed Dolly speaking at 1, but that's basically at market close. So yeah, we don't have anything newsworthy to look forward to. So we could see some chop tomorrow. Let's get prepared for that. And that is so interesting. Isn't it interesting how the universe just you have a conversation about something and then it just comes right back to you? That was a quick turnaround. Very quick. We just got done talking about that. But hey, Texas, I guess you haven't been on TikTok. You'll see all kind of witches there. You'll see all kind of witches there on TikTok. Yeah, go on TikTok. See, back in the day when witches got burned at the stake, they would hide. But now they expose themselves all on TikTok now. You know, honestly, and this will be the last thing we talk about. I just feel that when someone says that, you know, they use magic, I feel that magic is, or at least, because I mean, you can use your imagination and project any your own reality onto reality. I mean, it's the whole point. I think that's the whole point of the double slit experiment is that depending on however light is observed, it becomes a wave or what is it, a particle or a wave. You can project your thoughts onto reality and create it as so. Kind of like when they say that words are spells. I feel that magic is just, let me really think of a good example that just is very simple and is going to be easily grasped. I feel that magic is when someone can sway someone's emotions and influence them to act not on their own accord, but of theirs. If I can get you to move, that would be considered magic. Because if you really think about it, how is magic even depicted in TV shows and Disney shows and, you know, I mean, shows in general? It's someone creating a potion of some sort or casting some sort of spell. But at the end of it, what is this potion or spell doing? It's controlling or moving a person against their will. And we can definitely do it. We see it done every day, women especially. In a woman's world, of course, if she can get you to move against your will, I mean, if she has an imaginative mind, she can pretend like, oh, you're just you're you move at my every wish. If I can get you to do whatever I want you to do without you knowing that I want you to do it, and I can make you believe that it is your own idea. Wouldn't that be magic? Wouldn't the words I use be able to cast a spell if I can speak and have you consider an idea that is not of your own? Wouldn't that be a magic spell? I mean, isn't that how it's depicted on television shows anyway? So I don't, I know that a lot of things are dramatized for entertainment purposes, but I know that a lot of it is based on some form of reality. If you put a creative spin to it. Now, the whole shape shifting part, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, shape shifting and how that is depicted on television shows where you can change your form. I feel that with shape shifting, because I mean they show it to us all the time. It's how the guy that played Iron Man was a black guy in Tropic Thunder. Isn't that shape shifting? Because the last time I checked, he's not black with an afro now, is he? But he put on a costume, or if you want to use your imagination, he shifted from one being into another being. So it's like I said, it's just all dramatized, but it's all based on something that is real. At least that's how I choose to perceive it. I mean, obviously, you don't have to believe it, or you can choose to believe it how you want to believe it, but at least that's how I see it. Yeah. It's interesting how kind of playing off of kind of building off of what you're talking about, Texas. Isn't it interesting that people from around the world is talking about the same thing, but it all has a different name, but they're all talking about the same thing. I see that with a lot of religion too. It seems like there is a Jesus character, a father or a God father character. There is a creation character. Uh, they come in threes, and it seems that at least the core of religion, without the faces and the names and all that other stuff, it seems like we can all agree on the foundation of religion, but we kill each other because you call your God, I don't know, Baba, and I call my God Ka, just something stupid like that. But we all agree on the same thing. And that's the one thing that I've always kind of noticed about religion in itself, is that we're all talking about the same thing. It's just that we're calling it something different. Hmm. But we definitely would have to continue this conversation some other time because I'm about to go to club bed. But I appreciate everyone that's joined tonight. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.